Selecting the competency I thought that I was in the most dire need of was somewhat difficult. While I believe that my strengths lie in relationship management, consultation, ethics, and communication, I had some trouble deciding on whether or not my HR expertise, critical evaluation, or business acumen needed the most polish. Ultimately, I decided to base this video on improving my business acumen, as this is the criteria in which I have the least experience and confidence. While I have been in several leadership positions over the years, I've never been in a position where I was responsible for fiscal matters, such as finance or accounting or anything like that. Business acumen is the ability to understand and apply information that contributes to an organization's strategic plan. According to an article from the training industry website called Business Acumen: 7 Steps to Becoming an L&D All-Star, this strategic plan typically involves understanding how your company makes and uses money and how to make informed and impactful business decisions. From a self analysis of all the skills and knowledge that are described in the business acumen sections of the SHRM's competency model, I would rate my competency in this category as mid level at best, and I might be being a little generous with myself, to be honest. The subcompetencies that I feel most comfortable with in this category are systems thinking, effective administration, knowledge of technology, knowledge of business operations and logistics, HR and organizational metrics, analytics, business indicators, strategic agility, and business knowledge, mostly because of my degree program. Throughout my time in leadership positions at my various jobs, I have learned a great deal about the childcare industry. As I prepare to graduate from CSU Global next year with a degree in organizational leadership, I have learned many of the HR concepts and strategies that I need to administrate a company effectively. However, my subcompetencies in economic awareness, knowledge of finance and accounting, knowledge of sales and marketing, knowledge of labor markets, and knowledge of government and regulatory guidelines are all severely lacking, if not non existent. As such, the individual intervention I have selected for myself is a behavioral one, specifically related to career planning and goal setting. For the career planning stage, I intend to find a mentor and study business news and best practices. Business Acumen: 7 Steps to Becoming an L&D All-Star asserts that finding a business mentor in a similar field will help with understanding financial strategies. I already have a mentor in mind, my current boss and owner of the camp that I'm employed by. I've worked at my Camp Scene, for 5 years now, and I've supported my boss in various endeavors. Although I'm certain that my boss will not exactly enjoy losing me as an employee, I know that when I tell him that I plan on starting my own camp one day, he will be extremely supportive, so long as I'm not his direct competition. While I'm still employed, I plan to immerse myself more in the business aspect of camp and will ask to be more involved in the strategic planning and financial details of our camp. For example, our camp will soon be moving to a new location, and my boss has asked for my input several times as we prepare for our relocation. I will begin taking further initiative and press for more details so that I can be of greater assistance and learn more about what it takes to turn an empty building into a successful camp environment. This will have the added benefit of supporting my current organizational culture with additional support and as I add my knowledge base of human resources and management and development into the mix. In addition to finding a mentor, I will also be doing further research into business practices. In Business Week: 5 Ways to Build Greater Business Acumen, Culp and Regis suggest a wide variety of ways to build business acumen, from reading books on business and watching things like Shark Tank. Personally, I prefer Dragon's Den, which is the original version in England, but nah, that's not important. I digress. Reading books and watching media concerning business will familiarize me with the strategies, concepts, and lingo that are commonplace in the business world. I know I said I was done, but again, in Dragon's Den, I hear the word turnover in pretty much every episode. And I will always remember one of the quotes that turnover is vanity and profit is sanity. That one made a lot of sense to me. After I've prepared myself with studying and mentorship, I will be ready to prepare a timeline. Setting goals creates a focused and well defined vision for the future, and my goals will be meaningful and provide visible progress for me to keep track of. According to the 7-step formula for goal setting by Brian Tracy, goals that are planned out, written down, and visually referenced are over 1,000 times more likely to succeed than goals that are only spoken. After I graduate, I plan to find a job in HR that will allow me to experience a more corporate work environment that will diversify my skill set. Within 5 years, I plan to save enough money and open my own camp using the skills and knowledge that I have accumulated from this course and throughout my time working in a camp.